So, over the past couple of months, past year or so, everybody has been noticing that YouTube is going through a lot of changes. Now, some, not to kiss up or anything, are being done from YouTube's perspective to improve the site, make it better, not just for content creators like myself, Angry Joe, Nostalgia Critic, Doug Walker, Angry Video Game Nerd, James Wolfe, Irate Gamer, Chris Bowers, Linkara, I think I mentioned Linkara, and others among you, like Just Alex, Alex Central, and JD from NY206. They're not just doing things to try to improve stuff for us content creators from their own point of view, but they're also trying to do it for the partners, like the studios and the record labels out there. Excuse me, there. They're trying to basically improve it from their perspective for them. Like how can we make things better and easier for everyone involved? When it comes to uploading content on our site. So there's a lot of things YouTube is doing that is of their own doing because they feel it's best for the content creator, the uploader, the partner, and such. But then lately, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but lately it seems that YouTube has been getting, I guess you could say, some different kind of complaints, and have been letting basically folks like me, Joe, Doug, James, Alex, JD, let us know in ways that are very unusual. And what I mean is this. Recently, I got a complaint via Docs, Google Docs, of somebody saying that I was using content without their permission. And all it really was a thumbnail to the video I did before work, where I talked about, my thoughts of looking back at, storyline-wise, at the ALF series finale. And apparently, that got me, a warning. But then I thought to myself, wait a minute. Why is YouTube sending me a warning via Docs? It's usually by email, right? So I went and I looked over this documentation. I looked it over. And what I saw was something completely wrong. Now, I'm not saying it was from YouTube or anything, but, and I didn't want to take any chances, so I took the thumbnail and I just removed it. So all you see is a picture of me. But I looked carefully at that documentation. I looked carefully at it, and I'm like, well, why is it saying label WMG? WMG is Warner Music Group. That picture has nothing to do, that picture from the ALF series finale has nothing to do with Warner Music Group. It doesn't. Maybe Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers Discovery and Alien Productions, but that's it. Not Warner Music Group. And then the other thing I noticed was instead of showing me it showed me the title, but it also showed the HTTP link, the link period. I'm thinking, well, what is this? And then when I scroll even further to the bottom, I noticed that where it would say, the year and then YouTube and LLC and all that, all it said was, the year and LLC, same battles. And I'm thinking, it's missing the YouTube name. What the hell? And then it kind of dawned on me, oh, I think I know what's going on. Because once I looked at all that, it dawned on me that I'm being trolled. And I know I'm not the only one here on YouTube that's getting that right now. Because there's a lot of us that are probably getting it. And the question is, why? Why would people do this? I'll tell you why. It's the same reason, people have trolled the likes of Animat, and I even told Animat, Matt Burnett of Animation Look Back and, Crazy Podcast. I've told him, through a various letter. I think I've even mentioned it to others, that the reason we're getting trolled a lot by these means and other means is because we're in a situation right now, even back then, which was like almost like 6-7 years ago, and even currently now, 2023, we are in a situation which is all too familiar to us, growing up. Because you see, we're in a situation to where there's a group of people that look at what we're doing as nerdish, as uncool, or basically it's wrong. We're in that kind of an era where people will take advantage of those situations because if they're young individuals, if they're like high schoolers, middle schoolers, late grade schoolers, maybe even college freshmen, sophomores, whatever the case may be, they will look at what I'm doing. They will look at what Animat's doing. They will look at what James is doing, what Doug is doing, what JD is doing, what Alex is doing, and all that. And they will basically get on us for being uncool, for being nerdish. Or they will try to find ways to troll us. They will try to troll us. And, And lately now, it seems that they're finding more unique and creative and innovative ways of doing that. And some of those unique, creative, innovative ways of doing that is by making it look like and sound like the people that you are working with, like let's say YouTube, is behind some of these messages. And the more recent one I got was because of one of my PMVs that I originally uploaded back in 2019, which I just re-uploaded today in 4K or 8K, depending on your television screen. And that was my Could It Be PMV featuring Spike and Rarity from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And when I looked at the letter, it said, hi, BW. It looked official and everything, okay? But it said, we got a complaint. Now, they didn't make it sound like it was something bad. They just said, hey, someone's complaining, da-da-da-da-da. And then they put down where the complaint was, and they attached the video. Now, I can understand maybe if that is how YouTube does things. And they even gave me the option to want to fix it. But the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, yeah, right, YouTube. I don't know if this is you or not. So guess what? I'm not going to take any chances, but I'm not going to get rid of it. I will re-upload it. And by re-uploading it, it will be under a different link. So I looked, again, like I said, I looked. And they showed the marked time and everything. So I went to that marked time, and it's a scene from Secret of My Excess where Rarity is, batting her eyes by telling Spike that the fire ruby he has is magnificent. And it's like, that's what you're complaining about? Seriously? Seriously, that's what you're complaining about. So again, I put two and two together and I realized I'm either getting something official from YouTube, and they're even more confused as to, what's the big deal about this, because it sounded like even they didn't feel like it was a big issue, or I'm getting another troll job. And again, this shows you how creative and innovative, people are becoming. When it comes to wanting to troll people, wanting to, get at people because, what you're doing is uncool. It's nerdy. And it's like, do these people not understand what everybody here on YouTube, even YouTube itself, the people working at YouTube that have uploaded videos and have said similar things in the past, do they not hear that saying of, hey, if you don't like it, don't watch it, or if you don't like it, don't pay attention to it? Because guess what? That should be utilized here. That should be utilized here, because if you don't like what people are talking about, what they're fans of, or what they're sharing, then don't watch it. Don't pay attention to it. But apparently there are people that have nothing else to do and they just want to complain. Now, I understand we're in a situation where we have different cultural groups out there that have kind of, caused a lot of issues. But seriously, Rarity batting her eyes and telling Spike to fire Ruby in Secret of My Success is a complaint? Give me a break. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. It's like people. Look, we get it. Some of you want YouTube to become a different kind of YouTube. A YouTube that's called YouTube XXX, if you know what I mean, or YouTube NFSW. That's what you want. And if that's how you feel, there are other sites that are like YouTube that, guess what? Focus primarily on that kind of content. But if you are somebody that's just doing this to not only the content creators here on YouTube, but YouTube itself, just to get a message across of, hey, we want you to become like this, or hey, we want you to stop allowing people that are uncool to do things like reviews, PMVs, AMVs, stuff like that. If that's what you're complaining, if that's your reasoning for doing this, then again, do not watch. Do not concern yourself with what we do. If you want a website that allows you to have what you want, then go find it. It's out there. I guarantee it. If you want a website that gives you that XXX, NFSW material, go out there. I guarantee you, there's a lot out there for you to choose from. But don't try to troll people. Don't try to trick people into thinking something else is going on. And don't put, and again, I'm not trying to say this to kiss up, don't put YouTube, as the old saying goes, under the bus, all right? Don't put YouTube under the bus, okay? Don't do that. I mean, it'd be like basically you go into your own job and basically, your job allows certain things to happen, but not certain other things. And you decide to put them under the bus because they're not giving you those certain other things. I mean, what is that going to do? That's going to make your job look bad by extension. So hopefully, YouTube, and I guarantee they're probably all working on it, because apparently they're working on the whole, swearing thing, like, what the heck is this about? Probably trying to figure that out themselves. But hopefully YouTube, and I have a feeling they are working on this kind of a situation, because I guarantee probably there are those at YouTube that have their own channels, that use those channels, to not only for their own personal use, but they also have maybe company channels where they come on and talk about things and all that, changes and all that. I guarantee you all of them have gotten something similar, and they're like, what the heck is this? So again, this is the old saying. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't pay attention to it. And if you're doing this because you want, sorry for pausing there, I was thinking about what I was going to say. But if you're doing this because you want YouTube to be something else, then again, there are a ton of those sites out there. Trust me, they are out there. So if that's your reasoning, then stop. And hopefully YouTube does put a stop to it. Hopefully YouTube does put a stop to it. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are overall. I do apologize. That's my mom's air filter going off in the background. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Give me your thoughts. Let me know if you guys have dealt with something like this in the past, or recently, where you've gotten all of a sudden you've gotten these notifications, telling you, oh, you got a warning and everything, and it doesn't seem right, or, oh, we got a complaint, and it's letting you know where the complaint's at. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment below, live chat during the premiere, like the video. You will get an audio podcast version of this at BW Rose's Discussions. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. How do you feel about this? Have you been there? And do you think and hopefully believe YouTube will, fix this along with fixing the whole swearing situation as we speak. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and until next time, I am out.